What if I told you that beneath the waves right now, there's a civilization so advanced it makes our modern world look like child's play? A place where they supposedly harnessed energy we're still trying to figure out. A city that vanished in a single day and night, taking all its secrets with it. Yeah, I'm talking about Atlantis. But here's the thing that'll blow your mind. What if it wasn't just some bedtime story? What if Plato wasn't spinning tales, but dropping straight up facts that we've been sleeping on for over 2,000 years? Today, we're diving deep, literally, into one of history's greatest mysteries. Buckle up, because this rabbit hole goes way deeper than you think. So let's rewind to 360 BC. Ancient Greece. A philosopher named Plato is kicking it in Athens, and he drops not one, but two dialogues that would mess with people's heads for millennia, Timaeus and Critias. Now, Plato wasn't some random dude making stuff up for clout. This guy was Socrates' student, Aristotle's teacher, basically the Michael Jordan of philosophy, and he's out here describing Atlantis in insane detail. According to Plato, Atlantis was located beyond the Pillars of Hercules. That's the Strait of Gibraltar for us modern folks. We're talking about a massive island, bigger than Libya and Asia Minor combined. This place was no joke. Picture this, a city laid out in perfect concentric circles, with alternating rings of land and water. Gold-covered temples. Hot and cold running water. Advanced metallurgy. A navy of over 1,200 ships. These people were living in the future while everyone else was still figuring out the wheel. But here's where it gets wild. Plato claimed that Atlantis existed 9,000 years before his time. That puts us at around 9,600 BC, way before the pyramids, before Stonehenge, before any civilization we officially recognize. The Atlanteans? According to Plato, they started off noble but got too big for their britches. They became greedy, corrupt, power-hungry. Sound familiar? And then, bam! The gods weren't having it. In a single catastrophic day and night, earthquakes and floods wiped Atlantis off the map. Gone. Vanished. Like it never existed. Now, for centuries, mainstream scholars have been like, yeah, cool story, Plato, but you're totally making this up. They say it was just an allegory, a cautionary tale about hubris and the fall of civilizations. Even Plato's own student Aristotle basically called BS on the whole thing. And honestly, that's been the official position for ages. Case closed, myth confirmed, move along. But hold up. Not so fast. Because there's this nagging problem that keeps coming back to haunt the skeptics. Plato's descriptions are way too specific. We're talking geographic coordinates, architectural details, agricultural practices, military organization. That's a lot of effort for a simple moral story. Plus, Plato claimed his source was Solon, one of Athens' most respected lawgivers, who supposedly heard the story from Egyptian priests during his travels. These priests had records going back thousands of years. Why would Plato stake his reputation on a complete fabrication? And here's where things get really interesting. In the past century, archaeologists have discovered stuff that makes you go, wait a minute. In the 1960s, they found Akrotiri on the Greek island of Santorini, a Bronze Age city preserved under volcanic ash, Pompeii style. Advanced plumbing, multi-story buildings, incredible frescoes. And get this, the whole place was destroyed by a massive volcanic eruption around 1600 BC that literally blew half the island into the sea. Then there's the Bimini Road in the Bahamas, underwater rock formations that some researchers swear are man-made structures. Or the Rikhat structure in Mauritania, a massive circular formation in the Sahara that matches Plato's description almost perfectly. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe we've been looking in the wrong places this whole time. So where do researchers think Atlantis actually was? Buckle up, because there are theories all over the map, literally. Theory 1. The Mediterranean. Some experts are convinced it's gotta be Santorini. The volcanic destruction, the advanced civilization, the timeline with Egyptian records, it all lines up. Sure, Plato said it was beyond Gibraltar, but maybe that detail got garbled over centuries of retelling. Ancient game of telephone, you know. Theory 2. The Atlantic Ocean. Others are like, nah, Plato said Atlantic, he meant Atlantic. There are underwater formations near the Azores and off the coast of Cuba that sonar has picked up. Some of these structures look eerily geometric. Natural? Probably. But the believers aren't convinced. Theory 3. Antarctica. Yeah, you heard that right. Some wild theories suggest Atlantis was actually Antarctica before it froze over. Ancient maps show Antarctica's coastline before ice covered it. How'd they know that? It's a stretch, but it's out there. Theory 4. It's all made up, and then there's the boring but probably correct answer. Plato created a fictional civilization to make a philosophical point about corruption and divine punishment. The end. But here's what's crazy. In 2011, a researcher named Richard Freund claimed to have found evidence of Atlantis in southern Spain using ground-penetrating radar and satellite imagery. He found what appeared to be a multi-ringed city buried in marshlands, exactly matching Plato's description. The scientific community, they weren't buying it. But the door remains open. Here's the thing that keeps me up at night though. Whether Atlantis was real or not almost doesn't matter at this point. Because what Atlantis represents is the idea that there could have been advanced civilizations that we know nothing about. That history isn't this neat, linear progression we learned in school. Think about it. We've only explored like 5% of the ocean floor. 5%. That means 95% of the ocean is still a complete mystery to us. Who knows what's down there? And we keep finding stuff that doesn't fit the narrative. Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, a massive temple complex from 9600 BC, the exact time Plato said Atlantis existed. It shouldn't exist according to mainstream archaeology, but there it is. The ancient Egyptians had knowledge of mathematics and astronomy that seems way too advanced for their time. The Mayans had crazy accurate calendars. Ancient structures around the world show similarities in building techniques that shouldn't be possible if these civilizations never met. So maybe Atlantis wasn't real. But maybe, just maybe, there's a grain of truth buried in the legend. Maybe there was an advanced civilization that met a catastrophic end, and the memory of it got passed down through stories until it became myth. Or maybe Plato was just a really good storyteller who accidentally created history's greatest mystery. So what do you think? Was Atlantis real, or is it the greatest fictional story ever told? Here's my take. In a world where we're still discovering lost cities in jungles and finding ancient shipwrecks with treasures we didn't know existed, I'm not ready to close the book on Atlantis just yet. The ocean's keeping secrets, and maybe, just maybe, one of them is the truth about a civilization that vanished beneath the waves. Drop your theories in the comments below. Team real or team myth? And if you're as obsessed with unsolved mysteries as I am, smash that subscribe button because we're just getting started. Until next time, keep questioning everything. The truth is out there, we just gotta dive deep enough to find it.